How's it going, everyone? It is Thursday, November 7th, 2024. Let's get into the pick from the last video. I gave Netflix as a pullback over here, and I wanted to see it pull back kind of into the end of the day. Didn't quite get it. We had a little bit of a sell-off here, and then buyers gobbled it up pretty quickly. So maybe you could have entered here, but I was looking for something closer to over here, 776. So still like Netflix, and what I am going to do, didn't take the trade. I'm going to set an alert on this upward sloping trend line. So if we get a breach to the downside and breach the upside, I'll be back in the trade. So on Netflix, I'd want to see just a bit of a dip over here. Maybe, test. Maybe I don't know if it might probably test the 70-73 level, but a little bit of a dip is what I'm looking for, and that'll get in the stock. So that's part of the risk. Did break out. It could still continue upwards, or it could come in and rip down. It really depends what the market is doing. And so far, the market continues to be bullish. Let's get into the market for today. So I'm going to flip back over to the market outlook. And you see here, it didn't really change too much. Again, short-term technical is really the main thing that we have changed. And the main thing here is that the market has made a new all-time high on news and on volume. We have the FOMC meeting today, 99% chance of a 25 basis point cut. So I'm personally not expecting to produce much fireworks because there's a really big price in and very, very high degree of certainty. So you can see here is the November meeting. Actually, this is revised. So yesterday it was a 1% chance of ease. Now it's giving actually a 1% chance of a 50-point cut, which is unlikely. So we get this. It's kind of what the market's expecting. They're going to look at some of the guidelines and really the future rate cut guidance. You can see here we're projecting pretty much eases for the rest of all of 2025, right? And it's very likely that we're going to be down full basis points pretty soon. Let's look at December of next year. So yeah, it's looking like maybe a 50% chance that we get to this 350 to 375 range versus where we are right now. Which is the 5 to 525. So that's what's coming up on the Fed. So we're going to see what they say for December. These probabilities might change a little bit, but probably most likely going to be either 50 or 25. And I think depending on the economic data, it's going to really determine how steep that is. But so far, the Fed is dovish, but they're not really going to just ease anything super quickly, take their foot off the gas. They want to make sure that inflation is coming down slowly and that keeps coming down, and they're pretty confident in that. So, my forecast right now is going to be some steady 25-point basis cuts throughout a lot of the meetings. Maybe a pause on occasion, but that's kind of what I'm forecasting over here. So some scenario planning here on a long-term fundamental basis. Look, I'm giving myself a 20% chance that the backdrop softens on a fundamental basis. Always just have that black swan. It's a reminder. Like it's rarely ever going to happen. When it does, right, you're there for it. It's always kind of a very tail end possibility. But that's not really a major concern. On a technical basis, I'm maintaining the bullish outlook. Pretty confident in that. I've short term. You can see here. I think we're going to continue up to 600, and I give myself a 90% chance of that happening. Now I do give us a 5% chance that we see some super deep drop to an SMA. That would be actually a probably pretty big black swan event. So I should probably revise that probability to there we go, 1%. So it reflects that event. And then if we do get a backdrop that softens, we might see a maybe some sideways action over here. So what I will do, we're going to revise this in real time. And so that's what happens if it weakens. Right. So the long-term technicals, they should match up with the fundamentals because that's really what could change, and what could kind of drive that more immediately. Shorter term here, we're bullish after a pretty big move up, right? We got a ton of volume on this move. Big breakout, new all-time high, gap up that stuck. We tested it a couple times, it inched up higher. Now, new to 600. Today, look, there's a chance we could test the 50 SMA, and there's a chance we could break through the 50 SMA. I view the latter as quite unlikely. So I'm going to think there's a pretty good chance we're going to test 600 over here. Now, the conclusion is, look, we're going to maintain our bullish forecast. It's looking good. We're kind of waiting through FOMC and looking to put on some starter positions, getting in on a nice little intraday dip on any sort of stock. So that's what I'm looking for. The game plan for swing traders is we have made some new all-time high, good volume. We're looking to enter some swing longs. I'm looking for try to get 3 to 5 really great swings, get a great entry near support, and start with the half position and expect to add maybe 2 to 3 times to get maybe a 1.5 to a 2.5x position. So that's what's happening on a swing trading basis. Day trading wise, we have the FOMC today. If you look at the notes here, again, we had a gap up, bullish trend day, an all-time high in heavy volume. Small gap up overnight. Got a low volume bullish trend. Our 1OP bullish cycle did produce today on the M5. So we're kind of grinding up higher. But FOMC is coming up in about 2 hours. So, not really going to look to take any sort of day trades at the moment. Pretty much just waiting for the statement to release, kind of see some volatility and see what happens. So, if you are keen on day trading, I'm going to give a couple of nice picks that I saw that I kind of tagged earlier today. So these stocks have nice volume and are making nice moves. First one here is Shop. It's getting through some horizontal resistance here. Nice little pullback in its trend. Stock has made a pretty nice move. So wait for a little bit of a pullback here. Maybe you can get a little dip to view app. What alerts do I have here? Interesting. Okay, well, what I am going to do is create an alert. Little LRSI cross should get us in there. Second one over here, CXW. Massive move up post earnings. The stock just has huge change fundamentally. Now stock is grinding up higher. We have a nice little 1OP bullish divergence. The cycle not really producing. But I like what I see in the stock here. And I'd like to enter on, again, a little bit of a dip here. Yeah, a little bit of a dip over here on CXW. So this is a pretty nice one. I like this one as a trade quite a bit over here. IONQ. I mean, this is a beautiful long green candle. It's getting through some D1 levels. If I zoom out over here, yeah, so you can see that that's a pretty decent D1 level that we're getting through, right? And we also got through some of these kind of really big levels here. Yeah, so, and the next major level probably going to be somewhere here, this all-time high at 35. So that's what I'm going to do here. And then we're just going to delete some of these lines so we clean up our chart. Now it's made one giant rip. We had a pullback. And here's our second rip. Post earnings off that 8 EMA. So I like this. I like this move over here. Would probably lean on $18. You'd probably have to size it small and take a pretty wide stop. So and give it some room to wiggle and jiggle around. But certainly day tradable, potentially swing tradable. I like what I see in the stock. Yeah, I mean I like what I see, and maybe give it a couple days for earnings if you're gonna swing it. So those are a couple little picks if you wanted some nice ones to day trade. Looking at some swings, couple ones that have caught my eye here. So let's take a look at some of these. So I liked Airbnb today. Oof, a lot of trend lines on this guy. That looks like we are breaking through when everything sort of lines up here. So that's broken through. That's broken through. I didn't delete an SMA. These two are coming into play here. Let's put up or some 1OTL trend lines. And maybe some bounce trend lines. All right, so looks like we're in the clear here. Yeah, I like this little reversal of Airbnb. Stock has made a base, and I really like how it's gotten through. Yeah, some of these guys here slowly, slowly, slowly. Bit of a choppy stock, right? It makes a big move. It'll pull back after this move. So if you're looking to get into stock, you want to get in on the pullback over here. So what I would do, maybe zoom out to an H1 chart. And here you can see the choppy little pullback nature of the stock. So I'd get in on a little buy signal on this. So what I'm going to do is probably send maybe an M30 alert. And let's go over here, create alert, buy signal M30. Okay. There we go. And yeah, just looking for a couple stocks that were strong before, but maybe aren't as strong today. So let's see. Let's go to GS here. GS made a really big move. Stock is testing the bid. So it might be a little weak today, which is good. And now I can probably look to get in on a dip. So M15. Nice. We got our exit signal. And then I am going to put in a trade signal. So let's put over here. Yeah, I like GS quite a bit. Also could be completely dead after this breakout, so maybe a weekly at the money or something like that sets up for this stock. Let's also take a look here. I called out Netflix. Amazon still looks good today. I mentioned Team. Let's look at this stock. Yep. Amazon's continuing up onwards. I like this breakout in Team. Could potentially be the pick. Trying to get into this gap here. And we also have this pretty longer term. Where is this line coming from here? It's a pretty decent longer term trend line on Team. All right. Well, I got to give a pick for this video. So just highlighted a couple of swings, a couple of day trades that you guys can take. Team's testing that breakout level. Volume is not the best today on the stock. It's okay. But I think getting in on a pullback here is certainly the move. Breaks through over here, tests this level. Doesn't really get a lot of relative strength. Well, one quick pick I can give you guys on an earnings time spread is ACAM. So ACAM over here, if I pull up just the market view, you can see here on ACAM. Oh, let's just fit that real quick. Okay. Where is ACAM? Here we go. So we got a good price. Hasn't exceeded earnings. Good difference, and option liquidity is not the best at 0, but you can get a couple of contracts off. So in that one, bidding for that one. A couple other ones that are decent is IOVA. Where's IOVA? Here. I think I saw it. Here we go. IOVA. So 12, it's a little bit cheaper, a little better option liquidity. Has some exceeded earnings over here, but really nice difference on that stock. So IOVA is another one that you could potentially take, that I might take as well. So those are going to be 2 picks. We'll do some IOVA earnings time spread. I like ACAM as an earnings time spread if you can get a good fill. And then we're going to look to get in a pullback, still on Netflix, and get a pullback potentially. I do like Team if it can hold that breakout level. So that's going to be it. That's going to be the picks for today's video. So we're going to add that to our YouTube picks. All right. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll take a look at how these picks did in tomorrow's video.